Hey everyone, it's Cary Prince from Cary Prince Organizing, and today we're going to be organizing some kitchen drawers. I love to organize a drawer because there's 4 sides, a set amount of space, but you still can be very creative to make them both functional and beautiful. So come along with me as we organize some kitchen drawers. Okay, the first step to organize a drawer is to take everything out. Isn't that crazy? You have to empty it out to see what's exactly going on inside that drawer. A lot of stuff just works its way in there towards the very back, so let's take everything out. Now, if you're moving into a new home and you have empty drawers, how awesome is this? This is an opportunity for you to figure out what drawer is going to contain what items. Is it going to be your eating utensils, your cooking utensils, your food prep tools, or could it be your utility drawer? So this first step is for you to take everything out or figure out what that drawer is going to hold. Okay, when starting to organize your kitchen drawers, I always like to start with the utensil drawer because 1, it's the most important drawer in the kitchen, and 2, it's usually the easiest to organize as long as you have the right dividers. Here's my utensil drawer. It's pretty organized. I could use a little work over here. I've been thinking about making some changes and I'm excited about doing that with you today. So step 1 is to clear everything out. Here we go. Okay, it's all cleared out. Okay, step number 2 is to sort and categorize. As you pull things out of the drawer, start grouping like with like. Maybe all your long cooking utensils together, your wooden spoons, your spatulas, your tongs, and then maybe the measuring tools, whether it's your measuring spoons and your measuring cups or your thermometers, or maybe it's the food prep tools like your garlic press and your paring knife. Anyway, as you go through this, you'll start grouping things together and you figure out your categories, and that will make it that much easier to put everything back into the drawer. I love beginning with the utensil drawer because you got your knives, you got your forks, you got your big spoons, your little spoons. Man, you're already looking like an organizing rock star. So congratulate yourself and celebrate that. Anyway, as you remember in my drawer, I had some things going on the left side, all those little knives and forks and spoons for appetizers. And on the right side where all the serving utensils were getting all super cluttered up there. So we're gonna take a look at that and see if we can make this better. So starting with that first long channel, I had these straws all in that middle of that channel. Now, yes, it is kind of with food. It depends on if you're drinking a power shake or a fruit shake or a milkshake, but they're not going to go in this drawer. I'm going to put these with our water bottles and our big shake bottles that are used when we do use these. Same thing with these spoons. These spoons, I grew up in Texas, grew up eating ruby red grapefruit. I can't remember the last time I had a grapefruit, and I'm thinking that it's time for me to let these go. All right, my husband loves these knives. Me, not so much, but you know what? I'm gonna hold on to them. Life is all about a compromise, and we're gonna give them their own special spot so that they don't get lost in the drawer and he can find them. All right, we're moving to the smaller things. We got our smaller spoons for, like jams and little maybe pico de gallo, and some cute little spoons for salsas. My favorite set of knives for the cheese plates, and some wooden spoons for spreads, which is awesome. And my son loves these little guys. He grew up on these, so we'll hold on to those for now because they're still kind of fun to use for breakfast. And then some random knives. We got, of course, the butter knife, and some knives that were given to us as for friends. Used for the occasional party when you have a need for more knives for all that cheese spread that you might have. Anyway, that's the appetizer section. Let's work on the serving utensil section. If you recall, there were 2 big things right in the middle of the drawer, and it was this and that black felt bag and these. I love both of these. These are my favorite to use when I do have a party or we're entertaining. However, they don't need to stay in this active use drawer. They're taking up space. They're making it look cluttered. I am going to actually store these with the salad bowls in which they are used. So they're going to go somewhere else, relegated to their special place in my kitchen, but not in my daily use of my utensil drawer. And then when we get to the utensils themselves, the serving utensils, we got all of our spoons here, big spoons, our forks, and our pie servers. And then we have, this soup ladle, very important. And then, of course, most important is the wine opener, which I'll keep right in front because we happen to use that quite a lot. And then the occasional beer opener when we need to have a bottle to open up the cans when we have friends over. So there you have it. There's our sorted and categorized drawer ready to be loaded again. Okay, step number 3 is to clean and measure. You've taken everything out of that drawer, but guess what's still there? All those crumbs. It's amazing how many crumbs can work their way into those nooks and crannies. So get a wet cloth, wipe it down, make that drawer sparkly clean, and then get your measuring tape and let's measure the drawer. The width, the length, and the depth. I like to measure a drawer and get as close to a 1/16 of an inch as possible because that can make a big difference when you're purchasing drawer organizing solutions. Another option is to use this Bosch laser measure. It's awesome. This is used primarily for measuring rooms and that kind of thing, but I find it also can work really well in a drawer, and in fact it gives you incredibly precise measurements. This is showing that it is 18 5/16 wide. 18 5/16 inches wide, crazy. And then the depth, it's showing it's a clean 19 inches. So we're good on that. This Bosch will not measure the height of the drawer because it needs to be at least 6 inches, I think, before it will start registering. But again, it gives you some really good precise measurements. And then the last one I'd like to show you, and this is super easy to do. Next time you go to IKEA, grab a lot of their tape measures. Those tape measures that are hanging everywhere for you to measure furniture. They work wonderfully for measuring a drawer, especially if you're going to align it because it's going to tell you exactly. You're able to lay it right here inside the drawer and see exactly how wide it is. And this one, we're going to measure, crease it with our fingernail. You can do it with this pencil. It shows that it is 18 3/8, 1, 2, 3, 18 3/8 inches wide. And then as far as its depth goes, we are we're at 19 inches as well. So there you have it. We now know our drawer is 18 3/8 inches wide and 19 inches deep and about 3 inches high. Okay, step number 4 is to choose your drawer organizing solution. No matter how nicely and neatly you're going to lay everything back in that drawer, just the simple opening and closing of it is a tidal wave that's going to mess everything up again. So you have to keep things in their lane, and the best way to do that is with a drawer organizing solution. I like to either use drawer organizers, which I'm going to show you in a minute, or drawer dividers, which do keep things literally in their lane. For my kitchen, because it's a white kitchen with all these white drawers, I've already laid down my drawer liner. I'm going to go with a white expandable utensil organizer, which I have used for years and love. Just showing it here, I cleaned it up for you, so now it feels like a brand new organizer going into my drawer. And I have, as you remember, lots of small little things, those small appetizer spoons and forks and knives, and then I also had a lot of serving things. So this organizer expands so that you can actually put things on either side. I will there we go. And I will slide this back and forth depending on what needs to go where. Now, I did find that this is wonderful. I've had this for years, but as you saw in the earlier pictures, there were things that were getting kind of out of control over here and here. There's nothing to contain the smaller sections. And so recently I was at Bed Bath & Beyond, and OXO makes these white, smaller, little organizers, and I thought, wow, this could possibly be used in here. It's not the same brand, doesn't look quite the same, but you know what? It's going to be fine, and it will keep things from sliding around. So I wanted to put these in first. I thought about putting that one back here and these two smaller ones up here, so that we can keep all of our small appetizing utensils and things in their lane. There we go. When choosing your drawer organizing solutions, you always want to think about what is the vibe going on in that kitchen. In modern kitchens where they're light and airy and lots of white, I love to use clear organizers. It just keeps in the aesthetic of the clean feel of what's going on in that kitchen. So there are so many options that you can have. These are the ones you can buy at the Container Store, Bed Bath & Beyond, and Amazon. It's the iDesign line, and they have so many different options for you to help organize your drawers. These are great for cooking utensils. These are great for those super long utensils that maybe like it's a 15-inch one, for spatulas and those soup ladles that are always so long and getting caught in drawers. You know, if you already have, they make these for utensils, for a whole utensil drawer. This would be more for a utility drawer, or what we might call a junk drawer. You also can mix and match and create these to fit in that exact space that's in the drawer. That's why it's so important to actually get your measurements down to a 1/16 of an inch. Great solutions, and when I put these drawer organizers in, I love to continue the vibe with the drawer dividers. These are the clear drawer dividers. They have them both of the 2-inch and the 4-inch variety, so for shallow and deep drawers, but it really helps make the whole look consistent throughout the kitchen. Okay, for those more traditional kitchens, ones that have gorgeous wood cabinetry, you open up the drawers and it's this light colored wood throughout. I love to stay in that same vein and use the bamboo organizers. These are gorgeous. You can get them through the Container Store, Amazon, Bed Bath & Beyond. This is an example of a fixed side cutlery tray for those eating utensils. They also make them for cooking utensils, and they also have them where they can expand to fit the size of the drawer, which is so fantastic. And again, the reason why I like to ask you to measure your drawers up to a 1/16 of an inch is you never know when you're going to have a few extra inches to eke out space to maybe fit in something like this to keep everybody from moving around. 3 inches wide. Here's the 12-inch, the 9-inch, the 6-inch, and I love my 6x9-inch drawer organizer, my 6x6-inch organizers. These are fantastic for those food prep tools like the garlic press and lemon squeezer, or the measuring cups and measuring spoons. They go really well and are able to keep everybody in their space. And on that note, if you end up having to use a drawer divider, stay in the same vein. Use the bamboo, and they have these awesome 2-inch dividers great for the cooking utensils, where there might be too long for this kind of tray, so you can put them directly into the drawer but keep them in their lane with this bamboo organizer. And then this one is the 4-inch organizer, which is also great for those deep drawers, maybe corralling bowls or Tupperware food storage containers, and keeping everybody in their place. All right, and for those more industrial kitchens where there's lots of stainless steel going on, it's super modern and hip, to stay in that same aesthetic, it's really great to go with these organizers. These are the chrome wire mesh organizers. You can get them from the Container Store, Bed Bath & Beyond, Amazon, and these are great. They have the larger cutlery tray, there's more compact ones. These do not expand like the bamboo or the acrylic, simply because they are solid metal and they are super sturdy. These guys can take a beating. I love using them in utility drawers because they can hold those maybe tools that you keep in the kitchen, or the scissors, or without breaking or scratching. These are also wonderful for corralling all those batteries. The batteries, AAA and AA, fit in these really nicely. So these are super good for those modern kitchens, and also when you start heading into organizing that garage. Think about these. Finally, if you are moving into a home that has been lived in previously, you might want to cover up some of the owner's previous spillage, or you have a new home and you want to protect your drawers. I love to line it with this liner. It's a solid easy liner. It's from the Container Store. You can also find it online, but it's white, it's clean, it has a little cushiness to it. It has about 1/16 of an inch there cushion, so it protects not only the drawer but the things that you're putting inside it. It also helps keep things from rolling around in the drawer. So a good option if you are looking to line drawers. And that is also why I suggest you measure up to as close to a 1/16 of an inch as possible, so that you can cut the liner to fit perfectly. Okay, step 5 is to create order. All those fabulous drawer organizing solutions that you've now decided that you're going to use for this particular drawer, you're going to put them inside that drawer. Make sure they don't move around too much. That they can, when the drawer opens and closes, things stay in their place, because they got to do their job. You're setting the stage for the fun that's about to happen. Okay, you've made it. We're at the final and fun last step, step 6. putting everything back in. You've gotten your drawer organizers, you've gotten your drawer dividers, you kind of have an idea of what's going to happen in this drawer, you've got your categories all laid out in front of you. Now you get to put everything back inside it. You might have to play around a little bit, something might fit better here versus there, but also use that frequency of use tip that I gave you in the previous video. That if it's something you use a lot, make sure you put it towards the front of the drawer. If it's something that doesn't get used very often, put it towards the back of the drawer. Make this drawer work for you and get ready for the beauty that you're about to behold. All right, we're done. Drawer organizing success. 1 drawer down, 3 more to go. Stay tuned for the next video.